Hi, thank you. Thank you for 100 subscribers. I really am in shock that I was able to reach this number. It's incredible. I want to thank every one of you for supporting me throughout my journey here on this platform. It really does go a long way. I love you all. So, what are we doing for this 100 subscriber special? Well, there's an announcement coming later regarding a series I'm starting in celebration of this milestone. But first, let's ask a question. How did we get here? It might seem a bit early on to make a video like this, but I feel that this will emphasize that reaching 100 subscribers was more than just an accomplishment, it was a journey. We'll be reliving it from before the channel existed all the way to today. We begin in kindergarten. This was when I met one of my first friends, known online as Ramo or 30 Rhino. This is also when I developed a particular interest in the letter Y, the only letter that's both a consonant and a vowel, which made it particularly intriguing. Around this time, I also discovered BFDI, but more impactfully, AlgoDo, AlgoDecathlon, and in turn several Algicasathlons. This is where my first inspiration came from for this channel, the first kind of content I knew I wanted to make. Only, I didn't have a YouTube channel or a computer to run AlgoDo, so for years I just made mock-up Algicasathlons drawn out on paper. Flash forward to 4th grade. Me and Ramo reunite after 3 years. Throughout this year, we, along with Cool Kid, built upon existing in-jokes and made new ones. Notably, we often used cartoonish exclamations such as "Yikes!", "Yowzers!", "Yippee!", and eventually they developed into our own gibberish terms, still all starting with that key letter Y. Yuckadoodle-doo, Yunkatulio-vade, Yimpalimp, and eventually the infamous Yark. This one stuck out among the rest and eventually developed in-jokes of its own. Yark became a verb, an action. Saying it onto someone's head signified superiority. What do you call someone in a gang? A gangster. What do you call someone who pulls tricks? A trickster. And someone who yarks? A yarkster. I frequently noted and informed everyone that I am, in fact, a yarkster. But this was insignificant at the time. During 4th grade, we discovered that playdates and sleepovers are a thing, so we started doing that. We both loved Minecraft, so on our Xbox One, we started a survival world. Now, I could go into a whole tangent about this because of all the lore and stories on this world, but what's important here is that I discovered I could make an entertaining storyline in Minecraft, so I could make good content that is more than just playing the game. I'd been playing Minecraft for 3 to 4 years, but this is when I got serious about it. Flash forward to the summer of 2020. Both of us went our separate ways after elementary school, off to 2 different school districts, but we were even more separated by the pandemic. Despite this, we still stayed in touch and continued to play Minecraft together. At this time, my dad introduced me to a software called FL Studio. This was my first proper introduction to a music-making software. I made an okay first song with it, fittingly titled the Yark theme song. This got me interested in music theory and composition, but the free trial version we had was pretty primitive, so I turned to GarageBand. I hadn't yet figured out how to make a normal song with this free app, so I used the loop grid feature to create makeshift fan-made versions of the game in Creditbox, which I had at the time been playing for about a year. Then I upgraded to My Singing Monsters. I discovered a YouTuber named My Singing Mammoths, whose channel's now deleted, and made my own fan-made islands using all the same free iOS apps as him: iMovie, Autodesk Sketchbook, and of course, GarageBand. Now we enter 6th grade, an entirely online year of school. To compensate for the lack of social interactions, my mom pushed me and encouraged me to join a club. Out of the selections, the Dungeons & Dragons club seemed the most intriguing. I had heard of the game, but never played it, so I joined. It was held on Zoom, with breakout rooms for each campaign. My dungeon master was particularly annoyed at this setup, and wanted everyone in the campaign to meet on a platform called Discord, outside of the club so we could meet and play more often. So, a few months passed, and in April, I finally caved and created Discord. Up until this point, I was locked on my online name being Gamer266 as well. I played games. I was born on the 26th, and the extra 6 is because my last name was 6th alphabetically in my 3rd grade class, meaning throughout the year I made my Minecraft Bedrock and Geometry Dash accounts, I was associated with the number 6. But this username obviously isn't very unique, which is why for a long time I used altered versions of this name, as Gamer266 was always taken. So, when the time came to name my Discord account, I realized I am not Gamer266. I wanted a username that was unique to me, something that is me. And what am I? A Yarkster. But this still isn't me. After all, there have been other Yarksters before, including Gramo. So, I took it a step further. My dad's online name has always been Jaxer, spelled with a very stylish double X. I like my dad, and am like my dad, so I decided to inherit the double X. What does this leave me with? Yarkster. After 6th grade ended, we pretty much stopped doing the club, but I still used Discord to stay in touch with Ramo that summer and continued to play on our Minecraft world. This resulted in this fitting profile picture. But everything, my entire life, would change when I discovered an Algodo YouTuber named Not Scottish. I enjoyed his Algodecathon videos a lot, and found out through his channel that he had a Discord, and that those in it would have a chance to have their art appear in the video. This all sounded pretty fun to me. Since COVID was still a concern, and I didn't have much social interaction at the time, I joined my first ever Discord server. One user in the server introduced me to a tool to create a custom default Discord profile picture. I figured I would try it to make my profile picture slightly more memorable. Since this was still the only server I was in at the time, and my favorite not Scottish character is Olive, I figured I'd put an olive logo on a black background, as black is my favorite color. Even though it started as an appreciation for a character, over time I developed an unironic appreciation for the color olive, and it became a massive part of my online presence. Along with BFDI and Algodo, another carry thing that always fascinated me was TWOW. Now that I had access to a possible pool of players, I decided to host my own. The first season had a whopping 8 contestants, most notably Envy and of course Ramo. One user who somehow found my server, named Q, introduced me properly to the TWOW community, which is now the main thing I did on Discord. This led me to create this profile picture, with the background being the swirl of my TWOW Bucksona, and of course my favorite letter in the front, based on default YouTube profile pictures like a person on YouTube, Cool Kid, or Azali. The final Discord happenings that led to my channel was an object show called UFO, which I wanted to help out with as much as possible. So I became a voice actor, a storyboarder, and most importantly, a musician. I initially composed a trilogy of songs for the show, titled Red Office, Green Machine, and Blue Clockwork. One became obsolete, one stuck around, and the other was later remastered. The object show itself was eventually cancelled and never actually got anywhere, but it is important in sparking my interest in making normal sounding songs. So after years of collecting interests and hobbies, in 2022, I finally created a YouTube channel. Initially, I was all over the place in terms of content, like many YouTube rookies. On day 1, I accumulated 6 subscribers and friends and family, and growth slowly ensued. By 20 subscribers, I was able to narrow down my content to the 3 main niches I unlocked earlier on: Minecraft, music, and Algodo. After I found my identity, I made this object sona based on my previous Y profile picture. It also includes my TWOW book and a throne and crown to show I am the ruler of being me. I stopped starting series that were doomed to fail, like Try Life, and grew my channel with original ideas, like the Outlaster machine and the elimination games, as well as existing concepts like my long-running series, Algodecathlon, with my 6th episode being my first to surpass 1,000, and episode 7 eventually surpassing 2,000 views. These hits led me to the first big milestone for me, 50 subscribers. I took a new spin on subscriber specials by involving everyone who supported me throughout my journey in the video. Turns out, these videos also got pretty popular, which skyrocketed me up to 70 within a month. Growth was accelerating. From here, I slowed my pace a bit, spending more time planning behind the scenes than actually pushing out, in order to emphasize quality over quantity. But part of this dormancy was due to my song being noticed by a larger creator, known as Emiko, or Antiquated Homework C. I was able to put together an original soundtrack for their series, Cartoon Elimination Order, which I have been a fan of for almost a year now, and the exposure from that got me the final boost to 100, and here we are today. I wanted to take this time to share my experience both leading up to and during my time here on YouTube, as I think it will help me grow closer to you all as I continue to create. Speaking of which, what's the big announcement? Well, as you know, Algodecathlon is almost at its final episode. I need something to satisfy my Algodo hunger once that's over. We've done a fan marble race, so now it's time for a fan algorithm. This new series will be less skit focused and more focused on the game, the challenges, physics, and events, a series all about Algodo and you. There are 16 spots available for this series, and anyone, can participate. All you have to do is let me know what name you want to go by for the season, and what color you want to represent your athlete. Either a specific hex code or generic color name will work. Just let me know either in the comments, on Discord, or in real life if you know me, and the first 16 to sign up will get to participate in this brand new celebratory series. And with that, I'm signing off. Once again, thank you ever so much for 100 subscribers, and I'll see you in Fan Algorithm Day 1.